Welcome back. We are going into the next match. It's going to be 49ers versus Connecticut Huskies. Now, you guys played the Connecticut Huskies last year. I know you were saying you didn't play for the 49ers last year, but you lost to them in prelims. Coming into this, did you guys discuss their strategy and how they play at all so you know what to expect from them?
We did. We actually watched some footage of last year's games of Yukon yesterday, last night, and we reviewed it, so we're pretty confident coming in. We're just, we know how they play, so we're going to try and counteract that with how we play.
Watching that tape back, what were some things you noticed that you're really going to focus on during these points?
They were pretty aggressive. Once they started losing bodies, they started making moves, which some big moves that they sometimes made, but most of the time they were dropping bodies off the break. So we've got to capitalize on that. So once they start dropping bodies, we can capitalize on that.
Absolutely. Now, coming into this weekend, actually 3 days before you came out here, you lost the president of the club, Kyle Jones, correct? He got appendicitis and had to go to the hospital. Are you guys feeling that loss here this weekend?
Yeah, we're feeling it pretty heavily. He was a key player for us, and it sucks that we can't have him out here, but hopefully we're going to take the win for him.
All right, we'll see who gets his first point. Back to you guys.
So getting right into this match here, Long Beach 49ers taking on the Yukon Huskies.
Long Beach pushing that center 50 bunker.
So yeah, right away, Long Beach up into the center 50, and here comes Yukon going to go. It looks like he might go underneath. Yeah, he goes underneath the A, shoots him out in the back, and stays alive. Beautiful move.
Oh, Dorito guy looking over, finally catching him before he takes another one. Looks like the Yukon is coming out. Well, 4 guys down here now.
Yeah, not looking good for Yukon here in this first point.
Looks like they're looking for that last Yukon player.
Yeah, Tabin in the Snake played great for Long Beach yesterday. And here's past the 50-yard line, just basically clearing the field out here.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a quick one here. And first point is going to go to the 49ers. Nice job. Looks like they had 4 bodies alive. Yeah.
Yeah, 4 bodies alive. I guess that move coming up to that center array seemed to shut down that Dorito side. A lot of teams have been coming down that Dorito side at will today, Matt, or yesterday, Matt.
Yeah, the Dorito side is strong, but no, as we watch this field play out, it's not a field where you stack a bunch of bodies on one side and go down. You have to have a full field play.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and but the one place that we've seen a little bit more aggression off the break is in this center, as you can see on your screen. Long Beach getting up there right away, and then Yukon able to take them out, but that's the only body that they lost. So, man, nice work there as first point going to Long Beach 49ers. So, you know, welcome to this game. I'm Matty Marshall alongside Kevin Catfish Arcilla. And so, Kevin, you know, you were a longtime snake player for the Ironman.
Yeah.
This is a difficult snake, though.
Oh, really difficult.
It's
I've been
long.
watching a lot of matches.
It's very long, but it's a technical snake. It's tough to get out with multiple players on this side. So more often than not, the guy that's over here is pretty much over here by himself, other than the fact that he does have the coach right beside him. In collegiate paintball, the coach is he's actually on the field. He's not on the field, on the, the actual within the bounds, but he's right on the sidelines talking to a snake player.
Oh, definitely. And I went out there and looked at the snake, and there's a lot of good kills when you come up to the red zone in the snake here, but I mean, it's real, like you said, it's real difficult. Once you get in there, yeah, you're going to have to just be a thorn in there. I mean, looking for those kills as well, but a lot of eliminations that I've been watching have been coming off that Dorito side.
Well, it's one of those things is that, a lot of younger snake players, they feel that, okay, I'm in the snake, I need to start doing damage right away.
Yeah.
And depending on the layout, maybe that is the case, but it's kind of a general rule of thumb as the first attacker in the snake that just you being in the snake is going to take those guns. If those guns are, because people have to worry about you, so they're going to be shooting at you, and just the fact you're getting shot at means that, if 2 guys are shooting at you, that's 2 guys that aren't shooting at your buddies.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think that that's one of those things that takes a little bit longer to understand. Yeah. It's like, okay, I'm getting shot at. I'm kind of doing my job right now. I don't have to be engaging all the time. And in this particular snake layout, I think that bears repeating because we've seen multiple times, particularly yesterday, where guys get in their spots and then they lose gunfights.
Oh, definitely. Another thing about being a snake player is once you get in there, you got to be able to slow yourself down. Because, I mean, if you're just too anxious, you're going to make a mistake and get caught slipping. Looks like Long Beach losing that player in the back Dorito side. Yukon losing their player coming up the middle as well. Yeah, so it's 4-on-4 right now. Looking at Long Beach on your screen here. That's the insert bunker on the snake side of the field. So you can see he's off that bunker a little bit. Now we're looking at Yukon. Yukon making that push out to the Dorito or to the snake side. Bunker back to the snake. We got a pretty even layout here. Long Beach into the Doritos first, into the Doritos. Probably look for Long Beach to push that Dorito in.
I think one of the back players from Yukon just got shot in the back, and they lost both those players. So now only 2 bodies left alive here for Yukon.
Trying to spread the field here.
Yeah, so looking pretty good for the 49ers again here. They have a player in the snake. He's going to start calling down here.
Yukon coming into the snake here. I like that aggressive move.
And all the way tabbing into the 50-yard line of the snake here for Long Beach. Going to try to pick up the 1 player on the D side of the field for Yukon. And then now shifting his gun back and forth, shooting D side, then shooting towards the snake side. It's Tluck in the snake right now for Yukon.
Chapman trying to get that shot across field.
So it's going to be up to Tluck, and can't see who's alive for Yukon over there on the D side of the field. And he was looking
Long
at tabbing.
Beach 4 strong right now.
Yeah, so there's Long Beach's player there in the center, trying to shoot towards the last player on the D side for Yukon.
Yukon just eating some clock time here.
So there you can see, there's the last 2 players for Yukon. On the right-hand side of your screen, you see Tluck in the snake, and he does have another teammate on that D side of the field. And there he is on your screen, and he is, see how he's sucked in as much as he possibly can. And that means it's tough for him to live in that spot. And the farther that the Tabin gets up the field, the harder it's going to be for him to live. Because as soon as Tabin gets around to this next section of the snake and past the 50-yard line, it's going to be almost impossible for him to live on that D-side back bunker, because that's going to push him into the other Long Beach guns.
Oh, definitely.
There's Tabin gunfighting with that back corner. But with the bodies that they have, Tabin is by himself over here. He doesn't have a back player, but he should be trying to think about moving up.
Yeah, definitely moving into the next portion of the snake, possibly their side. Looks like Long Beach looking to make a move to the A here. Oh,
there goes
eliminating the snake as he comes up.
Yeah, so Tluck getting shot out, and then Tabin is going to launch. So nice work by Long Beach to put another point on the board here. As Genkin hangs that flag up, score is going to be 2-0 in favor of the 49ers. 5 minutes and 51 seconds to go. Nice controlled game by Long Beach so far. Not making any crazy moves, just slowly but surely making their way up the field. And I really feel that's the way you have to play on this field.
Definitely, definitely. I talked to their coach earlier today, and he said that their game plan today was to play a little bit more controlled, more, not get sloppy, allow them to get sloppy, and capitalize on those kills. Yeah, Coach Jordan for Long Beach coming back. He played for the team for years and has come back to help his help his squad here now as a coach, bringing his veteran experience in collegiate paintball. And there was that last player on the D side left alive. Just trying to live behind his gun at this point. Yeah, it's tough when you're looking at 4 guns and it's just 2 of you. Come on, I used to do that all the time when we played on the Iron Man,
I did do that, yes. But it's very difficult. It's still hard.
I witnessed it.
It's still hard. So, just getting things rolling here. First half of play, 5 minutes and 51 seconds to go, but not seeing much offense out of Yukon right now. It's tough though. We've seen that back right out at the start of each point. Those off the break shots always so crucial in the game of paintball, but on this field there's a big open area right out of the start gate, and you have to the closest bunker is still a good 10-15 feet away. A lot of guys are either tripling up that bunker, doubling up that bunker, or stopping in that dead zone back there to try to get their shots and then running out. But that's a risky play. But these off the break shots have been so huge in this tournament.
Definitely been huge, man. A lot of those back bunkers behind the Doritos being keyed up on some of those runouts.
So on the break here, Long Beach, heavy guns, and you can see they're doubling up that back center again on the right-hand side of your screen, and there's the back line.
Oh, the Yukon player is having a rough one up the middle.
Yeah, so this is what we were just talking about. He's doubling up that back center, but it's tough, though, because you have to get out of there. Yeah. You can't keep that spot doubled up for very long as your opponents spread the field out wide. And then so he gets out of there, moves up on the D side.
Yukon into the Doritos first. Yukon looking to put a point up on the board here, taking some real estate. Yeah, Yukon, their push is going down the D side right now. That's where they have the bulk of their force.
No one on the snake side right now for Yukon. There's the back lineup.
Yeah, not too many aggressive plays on the snake side. It looks like Long Beach into the Doritos now.
Yeah, you can see that move on your screen, and there it is on that D side. And now on the snake side, I think that's Tabin again. Tabin played great yesterday. I really like how this kid's playing the snake side.
He's real patient, man.
Smart, methodical.
Patient,
that's what you need on this particular snake layout.
Like I said earlier, you got to kind of slow yourself down once you get in there. Tabin's been able to do that. Look like Yukon looking to make a push into the snake here.
Yeah, so these two teams pretty much mirrored up here.
Yeah.
A little bit wider for Yukon on the snake side of the field. They have the back bunker on this side, and there's Tabin on your screen.
Looks like Long Beach still 5 strong. Yukon down a player. If Yukon can get into the snake here, that's going to be 2 prime real estate that they control right now.
Yeah, so
now Long Beach into the snake. Tabin now making his way to the snake.
Hey, this is a good even point though, Todd. These guys have made smart moves and then getting to their spots, gunfighting smart. Haven't seen any, just as we speak, early death goes on Yukon's side of the field.
Yeah, Yukon making a heavy push into the Doritos now. Getting 2 players in there. 2 players into the Doritos
So
here. It looks like there's only 1 guy on the snake player here.
Well, you're looking at the back bunker here, snake side for Yukon, and he's edging out towards that snake side, trying to wrap around, get a shot on Tabin there in the snake, and Tabin's going to run on the inside. Nice little move, like that.
A little highway move, a little baby highway move.
Well, again, he did that because the back bunker, the back player for Yukon on the snake side was shooting down, shooting down the sidelines. Thus, he had to go to the inside.
Now Yukon making their way into the snake.
Yukon, 5 players alive for them. Slow playing this point here. Smart, methodical moves. Really earning their gunfights. No early
Yukon
deaths.
making that move is Dorito, red Dorito.
Yep, Yukon pushing up to the 50-yard line on the D side of the field. So strong, aggressive move by Yukon. Still in that spot. Oh, he gets shot out of there.
If he was alive, that could have been real bad for Long Beach. Long Beach is still playing just real slow, methodical right now.
Yeah, controlled aggression from Long Beach.
Yeah. Controlled aggression.
Now Tabin makes a smart move up to the 50-yard line.
Oh, just 1 player left, and that's all she wrote. Looks like Yukon conceding that point. A 5-on-1 is not
not a high percentage play for you.
5-on-1.
I can totally understand why they conceded that one. So that was a beautiful point, though, by Long Beach. Pretty much flawless point. They were able to, they shot out the back player for Yukon in the back center. And then when Yukon made a move up to the 50-yard line on the D side of the field, they shot him out of his bunker. And that's a really good spot, man. You can shoot a lot of players from there. So able to get that kill and then slowly but surely making their way downfield. You can see here on the replay. On that D side of the field, that was that 50-yard line move. And then here is Tabin, who cut to the inside and then dives over into the snake. Beautiful move by Tabin.
A little highway action.
Yeah, I really like how Tabin is playing that snake, man. That you need a player like Tabin. Controlled aggression, smart little moves, know your shots cross field. Nice work by Long Beach, and they are now up 3-0 here against Yukon. 2 minutes and 27 seconds left to go. We're going to be right back after this. Welcome back here. More first half action as Long Beach is taking on Yukon. 3-0 is the score here. 2015 National Collegiate Paintball Association Championships. And it looks like Yukon calling a smart timeout.
Trying to ice them down, I guess.
Yeah, slow that momentum of Long Beach, and they got some momentum right now.
Yeah,
Long Beach is looking really good right now. That was a beautiful point they just played, and I like the composure. You can see their body language, and they're in their bunkers. They know where their shots are. They're not in those frantic gunfights where they're gunfighting with a purpose.
Yeah.
Just
Talked to Jordan yesterday,
good.
and he was telling me, man, there's a lot of people making a lot of mistakes, playing real sloppy, and they're going to try to correct that with their squad.
Well, the story with Long Beach is the seasons in the past that we've seen them do really well, they would have a couple stars. They had Corey Bornstein on their team who did really well for them, and Corey Bornstein's a professional paintball player. And then they also had Chris Tregarthen. He played outstanding for them, and he was a high-level tournament paintball player. But now, talking to Coach Jordan, he was saying that across the board, the level of play for Long Beach, they don't have the stars anymore, but he feels that the overall average and the level of play has gone up dramatically.
Definitely.
Feels they have a really good shot at this tournament. So while we are on this timeout, we're going to have a quick word from our sponsors, so stick with us. So welcome back here. About to get into this next point, but before we do that, let's check in with Lauren down in the pits.
Thanks, Maddie. I just wanted to let you know what their win-loss ratios are this weekend so far. Yukon actually went undefeated yesterday, going 3-0 in the prelims. 49ers lost one of their matches, so they're 2-for-1 right now. This is a really important point to see if Yukon can close this gap out a little bit. If 49ers get a 4-point lead, it's going to be tough. Back to you.
Yeah, especially if they get a 4-point lead playing the way they're playing right now.
Yeah. Yukon dropping a body in the back, but making their way into the Doritos. And that stand-up tower behind the A.
So, looking at Cal State on your screen, back line, locking those zones up. More
Cal State has a penalty, huh?
Yeah, they had a minor in that end of that last point. So when you win points and you get minor penalties, it stays on the board. So if they're going to get that guy back here shortly, they do lose a body there D side. But another body walks off for Yukon, so they've lost 2. 3 bodies left alive for Yukon.
They're just filtering bodies through that Dorito side, Yukon is.
Yeah, they have a body over there in D3, and then they have another body. So everyone on Yukon is in the yellow zone right now, and a good cross-field spread. Another body drops for 49ers, so this is the opportunity that Yukon needed right here. Yeah. Trying to close this point out, though. Only 1 minute and 20 seconds to go here in the first half.
Looking like oh man, Niners not looking good for them right now. Looks like we got a 1-on-3 here. Yukon coming up to Doritos. Oh.
So Tuluk and the rest of the boys from Yukon looks like they are going to be able to win this point here as we pass through the 1 minute left mark here in the first half, and going to hang this flag up. Score will now be 3-1 as long as the flag runner is clean. So it makes it a little bit closer of a game here.
Yes, it does.
Just a 2-point spread. Big point for Yukon. Cat, they needed this one.
They did need this one. They were just, 3-0. You needed to put something up.
Looks like the hang is clean.
Yeah.
So that will probably be the score heading into the second half, but it's tough to score a 30-second point on this field. You see there the replay. Finally Yukon able to win some gunfights mid-point as the masterful gunfighting performance starting to show some cracks for the 49ers. You see Moy getting shot out of his bunker.
Who knows, maybe that one player in the penalty kind of hurt them, huh?
Yeah.
One less gun.
Well,
one less gun.
Hey, man, that's 20% of your firepower down.
Yes, it is.
But that penalty is now off the clock, so both teams going to be at full strength. Long Beach gets their body back. Got about a minute to go before the start of this next one. So let's see if Yukon can keep this momentum up here. Again, I don't think a point's going to be scored in this next 35 seconds, so we'll probably be heading into the second half with the score 3-1. Team starting to spill out here to play this next point.
We got Logan coming out for Long Beach.
So it looks like Coach Jordan out there giving some last-minute instructions to his team for Long Beach.
Trying to orchestrate something going on there.
Looks like Dang's on the field for him. He'll be coming towards the snake side. Flux coming back out for Yukon. He's going to be snake side as well.
It'll be a good little matchup here on the snake.
So the only way to really score a 35-second point on this layout is to push up that center. So we'll see if if one of these teams tries to play aggressive. I doubt it, though. We'll probably see a conservative breakout and then head into halftime. Let's check in with Lauren.
Hey guys, yeah, during that break, I was in Yukon's pit, and they want to get this point. We're going to see some aggressive moves here off the break because they're going to be pushing down, trying to get this in the last 35 seconds. 49ers strategy, they said, was just not to get any penalties, so they don't go into the second half with any penalties. Back to you.
Well, Yukon went heavy guns off the break, but here comes that push you were talking about, Lauren. 2 bodies on the D side. They're already in the 50-yard line. They lose one of their bodies over there. And looks like they lose another one here, snake side. So just 3 bodies left alive. Players are coming off for Long Beach as well. And I don't think they're going to have enough time. But yeah, Yukon definitely went for it. But as now just 4-3, and it's not going to be enough time here.
Be enough time. Oh.
49ers making a move on the D side, shooting out the Yukon player in the 50-yard line in the red zone. But again, not enough time, so that will be our score heading into halftime here, 3-1, still in favor of Long Beach. I do like seeing that out of Yukon, though.
Oh, definitely. That's a little spark, you got to get going here.
Yeah, it gives you that burst. And they did make progress over on the D side.
Definitely. I mean, you just need that little spark plug, Just a little spark to start a blaze.
Yeah, so we're going to throw 10 more minutes on the clock and head here into the second half. Stick with us. We'll be right back.
Yep. I'm Norm, by the way. Tess, nice to meet you. Your father? Yeah. Yeah. If I can get a hold of it. Yeah, I knew the Dallas layout. I don't know. This one's a custom one. I don't know. Yeah. The bumpers a little bit too, so that reminds me back. I just came last night. Yeah, I don't know the calls, and I don't want to mess you up. Yeah, I'll tell you.
Welcome back. We are going into the second half here. Yukon versus 49ers. 49ers are up 3 points here. Now, going into this second half, what do you think you guys are struggling with that's stopping you from getting some points here?
I really think they're capitalizing on our snake moves. They're bringing a guy to that tall Mayan temple over there almost every point, and they're just putting a lane on the snake and keeping us from getting in. Towards the end of the half, we kind of capitalized that, killing both times, but the last point, we didn't have enough time to finish off the point. But I think if we can keep G'ing that guy, going up the middle, we can kind of blow open the snake and get up the field and finish the points.
Now, you're a snake player. Talk to me about this snake. It is really long. What's the most difficult aspect of being a snake player on this field layout?
Well, I mean, getting in is pretty difficult on this layout. There's a lot of lanes that can stop us from getting in. But once we, even when we get in, coming around this first insert right here, there's a lot of shots that can come over the top of the beam. And in previous games yesterday, we were getting killed a lot doing that. So it's just that, yeah, we got to just kill the guys in the middle who have shots on that before we get in.
All right, we'll see if they can close out this point spread going into the second half.
So just about a minute to go here before the start of this second half. These teams are going to switch sides, so Long Beach will be on your right, Yukon on your left. 10 minutes put on that clock. Really love the way that Long Beach 49ers were playing that first half. Tight, controlled paintball. Controlled aggression on both sides of the field, and not letting Yukon dictate the pace when Yukon was trying to play fast. So, and Yukon not playing terrible either, but just not as good as the 49ers.
Yeah, Niners are just playing a little bit tighter.
Yeah, they're playing a little bit tighter. And Yukon, they're trying stuff, and they're not losing a ton of guys in their gunfights. It's just, Long Beach picked it up today, and Yukon's going to have to pick it up right here, try to match their gunfights. This is again, gunfight-heavy field, man. We saw so many guys die to their bunkers yesterday, and this is not a run. This isn't a run-and-gun field.
Oh, Yukon player walking off with his head hung very low. Looks like Long Beach back into that tower and first into the Doritos. Trying to close the Dorito on them.
Yeah, so one body dropping early for Yukon, still 5 strong for Long Beach. Oh, Long Beach loses a body up in the center. First body to come off. And now,
oh man,
2 players snake side for Long Beach.
Long Beach into the snake as well.
And now move made by Long Beach over on the D side in the 50-yard line, and I think he made it in there clean.
Yeah, he did. This could be a wrap. If he stays alive, this could be bad news for them.
Well, Yukon, you can see on their screen, trying to match the aggression. And there is Smith trying to shoot and watch over his front player.
Definitely Yukon looking to make that move into the snake right now. And he's in there.
So Tluck makes it into the snake for Yukon. It's going to put a little bit more pressure on that D side. But still, Long Beach in that 50-yard line on the D side of the field there. You can see it. Battle shaping up on the D side of the field. Yukon has to shoot that guy out.
If you look at Yukon players trying to get antsy on Dorito, I think he might go for a takedown right here. Oh man, Long Beach losing that player in the 50 Doritos.
Yeah, he didn't even have to get bunkered out, just got shot out of his spot.
And then Yukon putting 2 players into the Doritos now. Let's tap it into the snake here. Oh, losing that player in the Doritos.
Yeah.
Losing the second player looks like in Doritos. He got shot in the hopper.
Catfish, I think that might have been Talbot shooting cross field from the snake.
Talbot doing a little work.
Yeah, so 2 bodies dropping off that D side of the field for Yukon. Looking good again for the 49ers.
Long Beach just walking down the Doritos, and Tabin just he's in beast mode right now. Oh.
So Tabin playing it smart.
Definitely playing it smart.
So another strong point from Long Beach. Though it didn't, they made it into that 50-yard line, Cat, on the D side,
yeah.
and that guy got shot out of there. But
he did his job, though. He turned guns on him, freeing up Tabin to get into the snake. And what happened there?
It did. It took a little bit of time for Tabin to make that move, but because they were still even though they had shot that, even though Yukon had shot the body for the 49ers out of the 50-yard line in the red zone on the D side of the field, those guns were still shifted towards that D side, and that allowed Tabin to come up and just start shooting backs.
A little bit of back massage.
So, continuing to look strong here. Now going up by 3, 4-1 is the score. Still a lot of time left, though. A little less than 8 minutes to go here. You can see this was that battle on that D side of the field.
Oh.
You can see he just comes around, gets that shot. So, it's tough. Again, we talk about this a lot, but as a front player, if you're really far up, and guys are shooting at you, and you do have a back player, just take a couple beats.
Yeah.
You don't need to
slow it down.
Slow it down and earn those gunfights. Yeah. Because you're up so far, everyone knows you're there. You're going to have a lot of guns on you, so you have to really pick and choose your battles once you get up that far.
Definitely, and you're not the only player on the field. There's definitely someone that's behind you. Next, we got Long Beach coming out here.
Yeah, it looks like McCallum is coming out with Moy. And as these teams reset to play this next point, about 15 seconds to go, let's check in with Lauren.
Thanks, Maddie. Yukon is feeling good in the pit. They're down 3 points, but they were in this same situation last year at Nationals, so they know that they can come back against the 49ers. They were talking about focusing on the insert on Snake side. They said if they can match the 49ers on the insert before the Snake side, then they think they'll be able to get those points, so that's what they're going to be keying up on.
Well, Dang's heading over there right now for the 49ers, and they definitely put some pressure on that side. They shoot out the insert bunker on the Snake side of the field, and 2 more guys as well.
Yeah.
So just 2 bodies left alive for the 49ers. So this is Yukon's opportunity here to try to get this a little bit closer on the point spread. You can see Yukon in the Snake right now, but Yukon loses 2 bodies as well.
Dorito seems to be wide open right now.
So 3 bodies still alive for Yukon, and just 2 for Long Beach. Long Beach does have a spread, though.
Yeah.
It's Dang and the Snake. They have another player over there towards the D side. They're crossing it up right now. Dang is shooting towards the center and towards the D side of the field. And then the other player for the 49ers is shooting towards the Snake.
Looks like we got 2. I mean, all the guns are on Dang right now in the Snake, it looks like. The Yukon player and the Snake looking to make a move, making a quick bump into the red zone here.
And Yukon does not want to squander this opportunity.
Not
They
at
have
all.
a 1-body advantage, but the way that those bodies are kind of stacked up here on the Snake side, it's going to be up to that back player. I think the back player's got to be the guy to go. So they have a player in the Snake, and then they have another player in the yellow zone shading towards the center in the stand-up temple. So they have another guy in the blue zone as the back player. He's going to need to spread the field wide.
Yeah.
He's the guy with the ball. When we say, who has the ball, I mean, everyone has the ball in paintball. That's one of the interesting things about this game is that everyone's playing offense and defense at the same time.
I don't agree with that.
Yeah, I don't agree with that move either. So instead of spreading the field wide, he ends up coming back to support Cluck, I believe, in the Snake. But the issue
and gets shot.
And he gets shot out of there. So dropping the ball. Oh, and the Cluck gets shot out of the Snake too.
Oh my
So look
goodness.
at this.
These guys.
So depending on what happens here in the rest of this half, this may be the turning point in the game.
Yeah.
Yukon had a 1-body advantage, squandering that. Now just 1 player left alive for them. 2 bodies still alive for the 49ers. You see there on your screen? That's the last player left alive for Yukon. And there's the spread. Oh, and he's going to get tapped out. So unfortunate turn of events here for Yukon as they drop the ball below a 1-body advantage. It was 3-on-2.
And these guys just played real patient, waiting for them to slip up, and
Yeah, and you can see they definitely deserve to be congratulating each other right now. It's a tough situation to be in and prevail, but they did it.
Took one in the grill.
Yeah, and you can see there just losing gunfights, getting shot out of their bunkers. Yukon not getting it done here.
The story of the tournament.
Yeah, and
losing gunfights.
So the score is now going to be 5-1. And this game starting to slip away from Yukon. They need to get something going. Stop blowing opportunities they create for themselves. 5 minutes and 30 seconds to go. We're going to be right back. Stick with us. Welcome back. More second half action coming at you from the 2015 National Collegiate Paintball Association Championships. I'm Matty Marshall with Kevin Catfish Rosilla. And right now, Long Beach Catfish are looking really good. Playing smart, playing that controlled, methodical aggression, and winning low body situations.
Definitely, even high, low body situations, a 2-on-3 they just pulled out, I mean, those are key points that are usually lost, but, in this
well, they're looking calm and composed. And the story with Long Beach over the years is they've always had 1 or 2 stars, guys that play high-level tournament paintball that were going to Long Beach that would come out and just handle business for the 49ers. But right now, I was talking to Coach Jordan for the team, another veteran of that squad who has come back to coach them even though he's graduated. And he was saying, look, we know we had the Corey Bornstein, We had Chris Tregarth, and we had these studs out there.
Brandon Mason.
But across the level now, they've just gotten a lot better, and they're showing it right now.
Yeah.
It's one thing to say it, but that's what we're seeing
Nothing
right now.
to do is to prove it, you know?
And they're definitely proving it right now. They got a real good lead here against Yukon, so Yukon's got to step it up. Let's check in with Lauren.
I just wanted to let you know the clock has been paused because air went down in 49ers pit, so they were getting that taken care of. Yukon had some time to figure out what different strategy and breakouts they can play to see if they can get a point on the board and try to close this point spread. Back to you guys.
Well, the issue is it's going to be tough for them. 5 minutes and 30 seconds to go. They're down by 4. This is a tough field to play quick points on.
Yeah.
You can't really take much ground off the break. The only place you really can play very aggressive is up the center. We have seen players run to that 50-yard line in the center of the field and make it alive. But that's it. You know, we haven't seen anyone take any of the 50s other than that, or even the 40s really.
Yeah,
Catfish.
not really. I mean, like you said, everyone's filtering through the middle if they're going to go up to 50. But that's about it.
Yeah, this is a tactical field layout. This is a field layout where you need to try to shoot bodies off the break, get as many bodies out alive as possible, and try to get out wide on this field and earn those spots, earn the chance to get into the snake, not just blindly run into it. We have seen players make the snake off the break, but that's on this field out. It's a low percentage play. The issue with Yukon right now in 5 minutes and 30 seconds, they don't have any time to mess around. They're going to have to start rolling the dice.
Oh, definitely start rolling the dice. You got to do something. You got to put Long Beach on their heels, just throw them a curveball, as to say.
So here we go. We'll see if they can do it. Look for Yukon to be pushing aggressively. They have no other choice now. Got a lot of ground to make up here. So on the breakout, a little bit of a bad start for Yukon. Roll around.
Oh, man, losing that player could be a key. Oh, looks like there's having gun problems back there as well.
So now just 4 bodies alive for Yukon. In the back bunkers. Now here comes the move on the D side up to D1.
It looks like Long Beach ended the 50 Doritos there.
That's a big move by Long Beach. Because the most important thing about that is, regardless of whether that guy lives or dies, it's going to slow the aggressive push on that side for Yukon.
Definitely. Now he just needs to have someone backing him up right there, which they just do right now. Put a guy in the back bunker behind the Doritos.
Yep.
Looks like Yukon making a move into the snake now.
Yeah, that was a big move. We'll see if it pays some dividends for him. And I don't think that the snake player knows he's in that 50. There's no excuse for that, though. His coach I think he knows now. Oh. Yeah, so he comes up and gets that cross-field shot. Not able to drop one in on him yet, though. And Yukon loses another player out of his bunker. So it's just the snake player is all by himself over here.
Oh, man. Nope, no more.
Yeah, he's going to take the walk, too.
Oh, looks like the lonely Yukon player making that run all the way to the...
Yeah, takes a big bite all the way to the back corner bunker, snake side. Stays alive, though, and drops a shot in on, I think that was Dang.
Looks like they Yukon spread the field here.
Well, that was a big kill here. He was able to make it out wide, not get shot, and then drop a shot in on, that was Genkin in the snake for Long Beach, so.
Oh, looks like it's a 2-on-1 now. The Dorito players exchanging over there.
So 2 players alive for Long Beach, both on the D side of the field, past the 50-yard line now. Oh. And they're going to blow that horn because when a 2-on-1 situation with the lead like that, you just slow play it.
Yeah.
And again, time is not the friend of Yukon right now. So they need as much time as possible. So they're going to force to concede that point, which gives an even bigger lead to Long Beach. But Yukon, there's no other way to play that. Because with 3 minutes and 47 seconds, at least you have a little bit of time to mount a comeback. But Cat, 5 points, 3 minutes 45.
That's you're skating uphill on that.
So let's get another look here at the start for Yukon. You see, they kind of jumped the gun a little bit, and then so if you jump the gun early, you can tag back up and then restart. And they had to do that. And what that did, though, is it blew the off-the-break shots for them in that center.
That's one, like you said, it's 20% of your firepower.
Yeah, and it looked like they had 2 guys that kind of jumped the gun a little bit. And so forcing to reset there and blowing that off-the-break shot. And you can see the battle here going down on the D side of the field. And again, such a good move by Long Beach to get into that 50-yard line and slow the roll of Yukon on the D side.
Yeah, that definitely halted the brakes on them on that side. Looks like we got Yukon coming out. Let's see what they do now. Backs against the wall.
Well, let's check in with Lauren again. Looks like she has an update from the Long Beach pits.
Thanks, Maddie. During that little break there, 49ers were talking about the fact that they think UConn is going to push down the middle really hard in these next few points to try to close that point spread. It's going to be tough with not a lot of time on the clock, but their main goal, as I've said before, they keep just focusing that they don't want to get penalties. That's all they're really yelling in the pits, is that they don't want to get penalties, and they're expecting UConn to push down the middle, try to get some fast points here. Back to you.
Well, if they get penalties, that's it. That's all she wrote. So that's
right there.
Yeah, that's incredibly important. But you know, they're going to have to ride that edge, though, Catfish.
Yeah.
They, you know, I get where they're coming from. Yes, please don't get any penalties, but they have to ride that aggressive line.
Definitely have to ride that aggressive line.
Because
UConn making a push up the middle here, looks like.
So UConn spreading the field out on the D side, back bunker, and then they also move into the yellow zone. 5 bodies alive right now for UConn. No bodies dropping for the 49ers either.
UConn into the Doritos, looks like, first. UConn coming out aggressive. Looks like Long Beach is now countering that. Long Beach dropping 1 player. UConn into the snake. Getting past that string coming from the Dorito side. We got 2. Oh, UConn losing a player out Dorito side. Losing two players
on that side, yeah. So
Dorito is wide open for Long Beach right now.
So Long Beach loses a body over here, snake side. Bodies dropping for both teams. Still 3 players left alive for UConn over here, snake side. But Long Beach still with 3 bodies of their own.
Yeah.
And with this gigantic 5-point lead, just 2 minutes and 44 seconds to go.
Taking, getting eliminated out of Dorito side. Too much of a bite. We got another 3-on-2 in favor of UConn. See if they can learn from their mistakes. Looks like they're doing the correct move and going out wide towards the Dorito. Oh, losing that player. Now it's a 2-on-2.
Hey, he had to make that move.
Yeah. I just wish he would have went a little bit wider with that.
So now UConn taking the center 50.
Yeah.
And starting to put pressure on the last players left alive here for the 49ers.
Oh, man. Long Beach losing them.
So Cal State dropping bodies. Just 1 body left alive, and he tries a desperation run out to the corner on the D side, but gets blown to bits. And looks like UConn is going to sprint that flag in.
Trying to save some time on the clock, but that's a lot of time off that. That's 2 minutes.
Well, minute and 51 seconds to go, 4-point spread. I just don't see how they're going to be able to get it done.
Yeah.
This is not a fast field. So you can see here on this replay, they're trying to push up. And again, no other option other than to push forward into the guns. But UConn catching one there.
I think maybe the smart move might have been going into the Dorito and spraying the field just a bit wider.
Yeah, well, we saw the move, but, you know, just get shot out of his bunker when he got up there. And there was that last player for the 49ers trying to get out wide D side, not able to do it. But still, Long Beach was able to take enough time off that clock to almost seal the deal here. But we'll see. UConn's going to be playing aggressive when we come back after this message. Stick with us. So welcome back here. Score 6-2. Minute and 51 seconds to go. And about 27 seconds before the start of this next point. Could be the last point, depending on if Long Beach can hold them here. So Long Beach probably want to take an extra pot or 2. Get to your spots. Never stop rolling your guns.
Yeah.
Put that pressure on UConn, because UConn will be pushing aggressively forward.
I mean, UConn has to come now. No other option. If they don't, you know, come out aggressive, I'm going to be shocked here.
On the breakout, aggressive move up in the center for Long Beach. Look at this.
Oh, and just chewing up some players as they came up.
And it works. 2 bodies drop in early here for UConn. 1 body on the D side. And 3 players alive in a crossfield spread for UConn. But now with 1 body up there all the way at the 50-yard line for Long Beach, that is going to shut things down on this D side.
Yeah. You know, just that's
Well, if you're able to get the risk reward with that is that if you can get that player up there alive, you force them to make a move to try to come get you, and he's able to do it. And ooh, Long Beach, got to be careful there. Almost got a penalty. Almost got a penalty for spinning right there.
Oh, Yukon into the Doritos. Looks like there's 2 Yukon players, like 3-on-2 in favor of Long Beach this time. Look for Long Beach just to dig a hole.
Well, exactly. Less than a minute to go. 3 bodies alive.
This is a wrap.
Just keep shooting that gun into those lanes. You know Yukon has to push through. Yukon
on a wrap.
Yeah, Yukon on the D side. That player looks like he wants to make something happen. Oh, and there, I think did Yukon concede that point?
I think they did.
Delaying the inevitable at this point. I mean, I appreciate the fight that they're showing, but just completely delaying the inevitable here. Because with 47 seconds in this big 5-point lead that Long Beach has put up here, 7-2 the score, that's going to do it.
Yeah. And a veteran team like Long Beach that's been here, been to the show, knows what they need to do.
And you can see there that move in the center. I like it. When you have somebody that's that far up, you have to make that move to try to take him out. You can see, like, you see Long Beach, though, almost, now it's pretty close to a penalty.
Yeah.
But,
putting his hand up right there kind of saved him.
So yeah, just you know what? I like the play calls we're seeing from Long Beach.
Yeah.
They're not playing timid. Love their gunfights right now. They're making good, smart moves. Really like how their snake player Tabin's been playing. We haven't seen him the past couple points, probably giving him a rest, but a couple other guys been getting it done in there. So just across the board, Long Beach is handling business in this game.
Definitely. What do you think? Maybe a stunt from Long Beach with a lead like this?
Maybe. I mean, they could do whatever they want right now. They could run all 5 guys to the center 50 if they wanted to. It does not matter at this point.
All 5 guys, that'd be great.
Well, that's what's kind of interesting about the plays that Coach Jordan for Long Beach has been calling. You know, even though they have a lead, they could have a conservative breakout. They decided to do some aggressive stuff there,
and it's paid off.
Well, yeah, because it's unexpected too.
Exactly.
You know, it's slowing the roll because Yukon knows they have to push, and all of a sudden they're like, "Whoa, wait a second! There's a guy at the 50-yard line in the center.
What's going on?"
They're up 4 points on us. Okay, well, we got to go buck this guy out now. But it forces you. So basically, you know, paintball is a type of game where you want to be the one acting, so the other team is forced to react. Oh, Yukon getting a bad start. They're going to have to go back and tag up.
Oh, no. That's a penalty right there.
And, yeah, so that sends a guy to the box, and now having to start with 4. So some mental mistakes here for Yukon to close this game out.
Long Beach dropping a player. Looks like Yukon coming into Dorito, taking a big bite. Long Beach losing 3 players now. Yukon coming aggressive. Well, they need to, so...
Oh, more bodies dropping, so this one might be a quick one.
Yeah. He's going to get a side massage here.
So scoring 1 for Pride here, even though they got a bad hop at the start of that point, still ended up just decimating Long Beach on the break.
14 seconds left on the clock.
So, again, getting a little 1 for Pride. Score will be a little bit closer than it was a couple seconds ago, but it's not going to be enough still with just 14 seconds left on this clock here in the second half.
Gain an inch in a game of miles.
Yeah, so. But still, like I was saying, you know, this really bodes well for Long Beach's future here in this tournament, the way they just came out and beat a pretty strong Yukon team. You know, Yukon was undefeated yesterday. They went 3-0.
You know, they had a little cockiness in their stride, as so, man. You go undefeated the first day, you know.
Yeah, and Cal State went 2-1 yesterday.
Yeah.
So to come out here and put up a big win against the Huskies, it's definitely making a statement.
Yeah, it just shut them down, which, you know, they were very aggressive offensively yesterday.
So we're going to get 1 more point here in before the end of this match.
What do you think, Matt?
I'm thinking Long Beach victory.
4 points in 14 seconds?
I think you got a better chance of winning the California State Lottery.
I better buy a lottery ticket then.
So, don't go anywhere. Next up, coming at you, Purdue University Boilermakers going to be taking on the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee Panthers. And then after that, North Carolina State University Wolfpack going to be taking on the Florida Atlantic University Owls. So just about 20 seconds before the start of this last point here. So we'll see if Yukon, I don't know, do you think they're going to come out aggressive again, or just?
You got to.
Well, they do, but
got to.
You know, we'll see. It just depends on how many extra welts you want to have at the end of the day.
Oh, welts are a badge of honor, my friend.
And they do.
There it is.
So
look at this.
Here comes the aggressive push. 3 bodies up the
Oh,
center.
Long Beach aggressive push of his own.
So a car crash in the center of the field. 3 Yukon players aggressively pushing the center. And then that is going to do it here. So, hey, man, Yukon did not go quietly.
Oh, Yukon player.
Oh, look at this. Extra bonus balls thrown by Long Beach. Some heated players from Yukon.
Giving them a little sign language. I think that guy was hearing impaired.
Gave him the universal "I love you" sign language at the end of that game.
The universal "You are #1", my friend. In my book.
Yeah, so Long Beach throwing out some extra bonus balls. Look at this, all the way up the break. Long Beach sends their own streaker up the center as well.
That was, Got to counter firepower with firepower. That guy kind of doing a little spin dance.
Well, it's not like the penalty carries over into the next game anyway.
At that point, it really don't matter.
Yeah. So a big congratulations to Cal State University. Long Beach 49ers handling business here against an undefeated thus far. Huskies handling them their first loss. So beautiful work, man. Long Beach, that was a big statement to the rest of the field here. Basically saying, look, we came to try to win another championship. And I mean, they did everything right. Yukon struggled early and just never could quite get any initiative at the start of these points. You know, Long Beach just made better across the board. Smarter moves, better gunfighting choices, better coaching plays. Yeah, I really like how Jordan's handling business. I'm not sure if he's calling the plays or how they're working it, but definitely an impressive performance. Oh, you were the one calling the plays? Are you doing some sort of sign language? Because I couldn't see it from here.
We had a little powwow earlier. We had a little powwow earlier on what I saw earlier. Plus, that's a little magic.
Some. Well, I know you're from also the great city of Los Angeles.
The city of Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, Long Beach looking pretty solid here. Yukon. Thought we were going to get a better game, man. I was really looking forward to this one.
Yeah.
But Long Beach just didn't give an inch.
Played real good.
Yeah, and solid play across the board. I do agree with, we talked to Coach Jordan. He was saying, look, we have our whole squad's looking pretty solid right now. I was like, okay, well, let me see it. We're seeing it.
Yeah.
So before we get into this next match, let's check in with Lauren Kelly.
Hey guys, I'm standing here with Sean Tabin. As you saw, he was killing it in the snake side. Sean, talk to me a little bit about the snake. I was listening to Yukon, and they were trying to mirror you in the insert and really try to shoot you out off the break. Once you're in that insert, how productive can you be, and what bunkers are you keying up on?
Well, it starts with getting in the snake, having your eyes open, see where their lanes are going. You know, I take what they give me, and we worked on that during practice. My job is just to get alive, take 2-3 guns, wait till they make their moves up the field, get in the snake, and then from there, once they switch their guns, I could just get up the snake. It's not a problem.
Once you're in that insert, what are you looking out for? How do you know when you can make that move and get into the snake?
It's knowing where their bodies are. I have my coach right there, so it's pretty easy. So he's just joysticking me all the way. Once I know where they are on that Dorito side, they make their secondaries. It's pretty easy. There's a gap there, but I know where their paint's going, so if they see me go, they can't really stop me.
And you said once you're in the snake, it's pretty easy to move down the snake. What is the best bunker to be at to get the most visibility of the other side of the field?
It's always the red zone. Every team wants to strive to get to the end red zone and just stay alive, really. That's all it is. Just having that body there is going to win the team.
Something you and I were talking about off camera was the mental game that goes along with paintball. Talk to me about how that affects and impacts whether you're going to win or lose a point.
Yeah, no, it's all mental. This team is mental. This sport is mental. So we just need to keep positive energy around us and move away from pits that are hectic and negative. With that tone, it's just going to kill us, and that's what happened when we lost against the Aggies.
Thank you so much. Next up, we're going to have Purdue versus the Milwaukee... I can't remember. You guys are on commercial anyways.
All right, so we'll be right back, and it's Wisconsin-Milwaukee Panthers going to be taking on Purdue University Boilermakers. We'll be right back with more action here from the 2015 National Collegiate Paintball Association Championships. Stick around.
Introducing M-Dry, a new fabric technology integrated with the Contact F5 jersey. M-Dry is engineered mesh fabric designed to breathe more, increase airflow, and decrease moisture. M-Dry panels are designed for spatial distribution of heat and moisture by a hexagon pattern that's woven into the lightweight fabric. The ventilation is a design gradient so the hotter zones breathe more and regulate airflow, making the Contact F5 the most comfortable, lightweight, and breathable paintball jersey available that keeps the player cool while heating up on the field.
Available at empirepaintball.com.